Hey everyone, welcome to the Withering Effect episode 176. Today's date is November 25th, 2023, and I am Duds, or Duds Versus, known to the rest of the interwebs.
And I'm Carl, you may know me as Carl Rides. What have you been up to recently, Duds?
Coughing.
Coughing. He's been ill. He's been ill and coughing for the first time in years.
Yeah, the last time I was sick was like when I was 23, which is well over a decade ago.
Been a minute.
Yeah, I'm used to allergies and stuff. That was something that happened when I hit my 30s, but yeah, hang on.
So, this might be a shorter episode today, probably. You guys can see the time codes, because obviously Duds is not feeling particularly well.
We tried to record this last week, and I wasn't feeling well. So we pushed it to this week, and I haven't gotten any better. Part of the reason is I haven't been able to go to a doctor, because, you know, it was Thanksgiving week.
Yeah.
Which means my doctor's like, nah, I'm taking the week off.
Health never sleeps, guys. Health never sleeps.
Yeah. The sad thing is, I feel better than I did.
Mm-hmm.
So, yay.
Yay.
If you guys go watch Aerington's latest video, there's a roll in there. You can hear how I was at the beginning of the week.
Yeah.
He had me record like a 30-second thing.
He was a lot worse.
Yeah.
He's still not better, but he was a lot worse. What else have you been doing then?
I played some Project Moss, or My Own Survival, depending on... I know I throw both names around. But just some single-player stuff, not doing a whole lot. Trying to get some automated fuel for my furnaces and stuff. I went the kelp block route.
Okay.
In hopes of using the auto crafter. The problem is getting fuel for the smelter to smelt the kelp.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't want to use kelp blocks in there because it's very inefficient.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because of timing-wise.
So is the blaze rods. You've got to go down that route, always. Love a good blaze farm.
I've done very little in my nether, so I don't have a blaze farm.
Mm-hmm.
And I have some lava buckets or whatever, and that makes it super inefficient. So I went and I did a bamboo farm. So it's a 32-slice kelp farm, and then I did a 32-slice bamboo farm, forgetting that it takes 4 pieces of bamboo to smelt one item.
Bamboo is not the best.
No.
Now we can't do zero tick as well. When we used to have those farms, they managed to keep up with smelting when we had those farms, but not anymore on those ones, unfortunately. And bamboo is not the most resource light way of fueling things, unfortunately.
Yeah. So it's just this endless cycle of observers and pistons and minecarts, and now I'm like, well, now this area in my base is starting to get a bit framey.
Mm.
And it's like, I'm thinking about tearing it all down and just like moving it to an unloaded area.
Yeah.
Again, this is all just to smelt things every once in a while. I don't smelt things consistently, and I wanted things to be able to auto fill up, and it feels like the game's just so... I should not be getting frame problems with my computer on this game.
I know they have in the past. They've done work on optimization, but I think there's still more they could squeeze out of it. I guess it's one of those games where it's so like open world and stuff that you can play stuff anywhere, and it has to be able to accommodate all of that. I mean, we've seen City Skylines come out recently and have horrible performance.
Yeah.
On beefy computers. Once you get to a certain size city. So I think it's one of those kind of problems that is probably very difficult to fix, I would assume.
Mm-hmm.
Developers have only got so much time to squash bugs and do performance and stuff, because marketing are always looking for the next thing to make a plushie out of. So
yeah. And like, I've always wanted to do a create world.
Mm-hmm.
Just create. No other mods. No other mods interest me. Just create because of the automation. And I've always gone to, well, my computer can hardly handle vanilla Minecraft. Can it handle create? Especially when I start getting into the size that I like to build in.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. And I don't have a slack computer. I've got a slack GPU because those things won't come down on price. I mean, I can buy almost an entire computer for the price of a GPU.
Might be the way to go these days.
No kidding.
they were doing some price comparisons on like pre-builds versus building them yourself, and it's like you can probably just buy a new computer with a better GPU in it for the same price as a good GPU.
Yeah. Black Friday this year was really disappointing.
I got nothing that I wanted on Black Friday.
Dude, like for like 2 weeks leading up to Black Friday, I've been keeping my eye on certain items.
Same.
Couple of those items being graphics cards. 3 of them went on sale Friday. And I got really excited. I went, yes, finally, I'm going to go ahead and purchase one. Now, for me to purchase a graphics card, like there's other concepts. I have older monitors. And I don't want to upgrade my monitors. My monitors are fine. I don't need 144 hertz, 32-inch ultra-wide, anything like that.
Yeah.
But they use older components. They're not using... they use HDMI and another thing, but they're not using a DisplayPort.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, every new graphics card is only HDMI 1 slot, and everything else is DisplayPort. So I'd have to buy adapters for my monitors. So I go looking at these graphics cards, see they're on sale, look at the sale. It's the exact same price they were priced 2 weeks ago when they weren't on sale, but they marked them up before Black Friday to put them on sale.
Yep.
And I'm just like...
Classic.
You guys understand, we're not dumb.
I mean...
Well, some people are probably dumb and probably bought it.
Some people fall for that.
But it's just like...
I see that all the time, like when there's a sale coming up and you see them skyrocket a price before and then mark it down to the same price it was. You're just like, come on.
Yeah. I was just like, wow. Yeah, that's the world we live in now.
So for my week, I've been playing Minecraft.
Uh-oh.
Oh, yeah. I've been on the Withering Effects server. I built a nice little bridge over there that I can probably put in chat, actually, on our live chat. If you didn't know, guys, if you're a milk level patron, you can listen to the show being recorded live. And there's now a picture of that in our live chat. So we've got a nice portal there. We've got a nice bridge and some withers as well. Leading from the Meme Bugs area down to the community area, because Meme Bug is between the community area and spawn. So we had some little bridges there. So that's what I've been doing this week.
J-Man showed that off on his stream.
Did he? I didn't get to see that. That's awesome.
Yeah, he streams really late at night for you.
Yeah, I think it's like 2 a.m. for me or something.
Yeah, it's like 10 p.m. for me.
Probably actually like 3 a.m. then. It's late for me. So yeah, that's what I've been doing. It's quite an intricate bridge as well. It's got all like trapdoors and signs and deep slate walls and slabs and stairs and everything, which might not seem like a lot, but I have nothing on that server. So all that had to be got as well. So yeah, and trapdoors are so expensive. I know I've probably said that, and lots of people have said that before, but trapdoors are too expensive.
Channel 64, we've got the recipe that gives you basically double trapdoors because we feel it's unjust how expensive trapdoors are.
It so is. It's ridiculous. Fix that, Mojang.
Yeah.
Yes, I've been doing that. And we've also, on the 17th of November, after 6 years, brought Ripple Effect to an end as well. For now.
Sad times.
We don't have any plans for Season 5, but for now, that's the end. And all the world downloads are on rippleeffectsmp.com. I put up a new gallery there of Season 4 as well. There's some good stuff on that server. There's some good stuff on all of our worlds. And, you know, life gets in the way of playing, and, you know, you have certain lifespan with the game.
For sure.
You know, I haven't played Minecraft in a couple days. Well, before yeah, but before that, before CubeCon, it's probably like a year. It's the last CubeCon. You know, it's one of them things that you have kind of highs and lows with.
Yeah.
Life gets in the way, and we just didn't have the people playing like we used to. So we just kind of ended it there for now and see what the future holds.
Yeah.
And that has been my month, basically. We did 2 episodes last month, so...
We did.
That was a busy month. So, yeah, this one's been a little quieter, which is nice. But, you know, work as always.
Yeah. I mean, this may be a quieter month, but personally, this is now the busy part of the year for everyone.
Yeah. It's quiet on the old Minecraft front, but busy on the old work front. So. We're nearly at Christmas. They started playing the Christmas music at work today. And I'm just like, it's November. Like, yeah, but it's a month to go. I'm like, it's November. Stop.
Yeah, my rule is Thanksgiving has to end before Christmas can start.
I'm the December 1st guy.
Yeah. Well, you guys don't have American Thanksgiving, so.
No, I don't want to hear about it until December 1st.
Yeah.
Before that, leave me alone.
Should we move on to the recent interesting news?
I think we've had some pre-releases, haven't we?
Oh, Lord, don't say that. I have not seen anything.
We have. We've had pre-release 1 and pre-release 2 of 1.20.3. So they had changes. Breeze wind charges now break decorative pots, chorus flowers, and pointed dripstone upon collision. Isn't the breeze that one that's in the trial chambers?
Yeah, so I don't know why it's getting an update on a pre-release that doesn't contain.
I think it's because it's got data packs for the trial chambers, because you can now check them out in 23W45A. I think that was another one of those data pack things as well. So I haven't had a chance to look at the trial spawners or the chambers and stuff.
Yeah.
They were all added in a data pack there. Yeah, like they did last time, where you have to create a new world and then enable the data pack for those, just like they did for the last update.
Yeah.
In my eyes, is a more complicated way of doing it, but there you go.
For sure.
The trial chambers look really cool. I'm assuming they're procedurally generated like the bastions are.
They are.
Yeah, I've not had a chance to check them out yet or have a go of the new mob there, but they're certainly working on it. So if you guys have checked them out, let us know what you think in our Spotify Q&A, because I'll leave a question up there about what you think of the trial chambers and the new breeds and stuff if you've had a chance to play with it, and we'll publish those comments on our Spotify page.
I haven't in person checked any of it out. Again, I'm going to bring this up to, it's complicated to create one of these worlds to see it. But I did watch some live streams of people doing it. Some of the things I heard were, it's hard to just stumble across these things. There's that, like with Deep Dark, we kind of learned if there's a tall mountain, look below, because there's probably Deep Dark down there.
Yeah.
But yeah, they were going through, it was a group of like 7 or 8 people, and they were going through, and none of them had really enchanted gear or anything. Some were using diamond gear, some netherite, some iron. Most of them had shields and things, and there wasn't anything out of the ordinary. Honestly, like, I'm assuming a lot of it's a placeholder.
Yeah, probably.
I think the Breeze now has new attacks. There's one thing I overheard, but I have not seen it reported or anything. But the Breeze has new attacks because during this live stream, they were already cheesing the Breeze. I mean, it was 20 minutes into it, and they're like, well, this is how you defeat it.
Yeah.
And I get it's not a big boss mob, so it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, it's supposed to be just something you have a bit of fun with for an hour in it with some friends. Yeah, it's not really supposed to be majorly challenging.
Yeah, but again, I'm not a combat player. I've never gone and sought out fighting things.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I guess it's interesting. I'd like to see what the key does.
Yeah, everyone was tweeting Tango, going, Tango is decked out going in the vanilla game, and that's the key for it.
Yeah.
That would be interesting.
Honestly, that might be the only thing that saves this update.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm already talking like that.
I don't know, I like the new blocks in the trial chambers. The grates and everything, and the new versions of copper and stuff, and the new lamps and all that kind of stuff. I think they look really cool. So I'm on board with the new blocks in this update. I think they're really good.
Mm-hmm.
For me, like, that's the big thing with this update. Mobs never really... They're not the big thing that draws me to an update in any update. New mobs.
Well, you spend more time mob-proofing the place you want to play at, so why would you want more mobs?
Yeah. I can do with, like, dolphins and turtles. Are they turtles?
What are they called? Turtles? Do you want to see turtles?
Are they called turtles?
Yeah.
Okay. You know, they're kind of like ambient mobs, and the sort of like mobs you can like get stuff from, but not ones that are going to fight you.
Yeah.
Peaceful mobs. my kind of new additions. Just things that give ambience and some animation to the game, basically. Where these kind of like PvP mobs have never really been my thing anyway. So I'm more excited for the blocks in this update than anything else.
Same. But, like, other than the armadillo, that's everything from live.
Yeah. Probably going to be like last time where they showed some off and there's more to come.
Yeah.
So we'll have to see what the new year brings, because I think Mojang take December off.
They do. Yeah, we're not going to see anything new till after the new year. Well, I say that. They might show one or two things, but I highly suspect we won't see anything to the beginning of New Year. Well, even that, because sometimes they don't come back till late January.
Yeah. We're looking at maybe even the start of February before we see anything meaningful. We might see some more pre-releases if 1.20.3 isn't released by the end of the year. It might be though. We don't know. But yeah, it could be before we see anything meaningful. It could be February, March area.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll have to just keep an eye out and hopefully they surprise us with some cool stuff.
Yeah.
You know, I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt, see what they bring to the table before saying the updates one thing or another.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, some of the blocks, pretty cool. So I'm happy enough if I'm not getting my end update.
Okay.
It's all I want in life.
But our last episode poll, we asked you what feature you're looking forward to the most. Our Spotify poll was very close. Most people said trial chambers, with the auto crafter like 1 vote behind. And on our YouTube poll, the majority of people overwhelmingly said the auto crafter. Same.
Yeah, the autocrafter's obviously the big one, redstone-y wise. New decoration blocks, people like 10%, 14% on YouTube for those, so not as hyped as trial chambers.
That's one of the things I forgot to mention, is everyone was so hyped over the auto crafter and the copper bowl, and then Mojang went and made changes to it, and now everyone's upset.
Yeah, they decided to make their ticks closer to other redstone items, and I'm like, why? Why can't they just be their own thing?
Exactly.
Why do they have to follow everything else? Because then they become pointless.
Yeah.
Well, not pointless, but very degraded in their usability.
Yeah.
You know, people were making really cool things with the autocrafter and the copper bulb. They were going, the copper bulb can now do things faster than these other redstone items. So that was their unique selling point. That was their USP. And now Mojang's like, no, it must be the same as the others. I'm just like, well, why?
Yeah, it was not a feature requested by Redstoners, which kind of surprised me. It's like Mojang finally got overwhelming support on an implementation of something when they've been hearing gripe a long time now. And they get overwhelming support on something, and then they changed it.
I believe it was because of a bug report that got accepted.
Right.
And I'm just like, well, it's not a bug, is it?
No.
Yeah, they need to change that back.
I can't say I'm a Redstoner, and I can do redstone, but not in the way some of these other people are able to do it. There are truly brilliant people doing things with Minecraft redstone that I have no clue what's going on. But when I hear like well over half of a community just step out and say, hey, no, we didn't want that change.
Yeah.
You probably shouldn't have messed with it.
And the problem is, once it gets committed to an update, they ain't going to change it back. So it needs to be done now.
Right. They could still revert it back.
Yeah, hopefully they will. Like I say, I'm not the best redstoner either. I can build stuff. I can do a little bit of logic and make things work. But, you know, I'm on no level like some of them.
Right.
But to me, having blocks that can do things at different speeds, to me would seem like a plus, because then it gives you options.
Yes.
Everything being the same is just the same block with a different texture on it. That's how it looks to me, and maybe someone will correct me in the comments about how they need to be the same for this reason or whatever. But my understanding is that, like, just give us what you already gave us, and think everyone except that one person who submitted that bug report would be happy. I don't really get it. We'll see what happens with that one. But yeah, Autocrafter sounds good. I like that. I don't know how useful it's actually going to be.
Right.
I get it, like, we've talked before about nuggets into ingots, ingots into blocks. That's the obvious. I don't know whether crafting a pickaxe on demand is particularly useful.
No.
or something like that, or crafting a comparator on demand is very useful. I think it could be very useful for things that are annoying, like dispensers.
Mm-hmm.
They are the most annoying to craft. But outside of that, I mean, I've seen a few videos on people using them in contraptions, and there are some cool uses out there, but I don't know whether the average player will use them that much.
Correct.
Yeah. Again, Mojang seems to be going after the kind of a niche. I mean, it's one that's welcome. We've been asking for, well, people have been asking for auto crafting in the game for years.
Mm-hmm.
And now there's something for them to use. I guess you could make a shop that sort of has like a honey wall, and you select an item from a panel, like you press a button and it drops each of the items down the honey wall into an auto crafter and then throws out your item to you that you've just bought. I guess that'd be cool once or twice. But if you just want to run into a shop on your SMP and just grab a pickaxe and go, it's going to be really annoying to watch these things go down a wall. Like, it's a cool idea, and it's like, it's a cool sort of visual for the first couple of times, but then after that, it's just like, just give me the pickaxe.
Yeah. No, I think it's going to be more useful behind the scenes doing stuff.
Yeah.
Plus, who's crafting pickaxes nowadays? Go trade with your villagers.
Yeah, that's true. I was just using pickaxe as an example, but yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's a good point, though. It's a good point.
Yeah, no, I could see people setting up, like, storage rooms around them to craft certain things. Again, I'm not a redstoner. I don't have a deep knowledge, so some of the things that I've seen, I'm like, I would never build that, but somebody out there will.
Mm-hmm.
My plan is just to attach it to the end of every farm and either craft like kelp blocks for my furnaces, or it'd be great at prismarine farms or iron farms.
Prismarine farms would be very useful.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great way to combine inventory space.
Yeah, I can see that working well in there, actually, yeah. There's uses for it, and I think it is probably the most useful of the update so far, although our Spotify listeners think that it's the trial chambers, so we'll have to see how that changes over time.
And see, this is where we differ from our audience, because a lot of people love PvP, and they love exploring.
Yeah.
And I am the complete opposite. I'm a homebody. I just want to build. I want to create cool things like that. There are some people who never build a base, who never design fancy rooms or houses.
Mm-hmm.
They live in a dirt hut their entire Minecraft playtime, but they explore the world like crazy. That's the way they like it, and there ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, some people take like mushrooms and bone meal and like make little mushroom houses across the world.
Right.
As they're exploring.
Uh-huh.
That's really cool. I do like that, though.
Yeah.
Not really PvP or explory kind of people, but a lot of people are, so it's good that they have things that they can go and check out. But
yeah,
we'll see what else they add in the future.
Mm-hmm.
Should we move on to listener comments?
Yeah, we have J-Man with the first comment, and they say, what are your thoughts on alternate furnaces, such as the smoker and blast furnace, having unique recipes that regular furnaces don't have? I feel like the extra speed buff of the alt furnaces aren't compelling enough to use over the regular furnace, which has the convenience of being able to do everything.
Yep. Definitely. I don't really use them at all.
Nope.
If one of them, we've said this in the past, if one of them could smelt sand quicker for glass, sure.
Mm-hmm.
But even the speed, it's like, meh.
I have a smoker for my kelp, and I do have a smoker in my cow farm that does steaks, but every auto furnace I've ever made uses regular furnaces.
If you're making an auto furnace, you want to be able to throw anything in there.
Yep.
And the fact that the smoker can't do certain things, or the blast furnace can't do certain things, is basically a no-no.
Yeah.
You would have to literally put filters on the hoppers going into the furnaces to split them up, or you'd have to build 3 separate arrays of furnaces, or, decide which one you want to put it in manually or something like that. It's like, make them all be able to smelt everything, but make them be able to smelt certain things quicker if you want to go down that road. So for the smoker, make it so it can smelt anything, but only food items it does quicker. That would be a way of making it work.
Well, I mean, if you look at furnaces, they already know what they can and cannot smelt.
Yeah.
Like, you can drop certain blocks in them. Like, I discovered this when I was setting up my smoker. with bamboo drops and stuff, stone would fall in the hopper.
Mm-hmm.
It would not go into the furnace. So it already knows what it can and can't do.
Mm.
It reminds me of the crossbow. The crossbow can do everything an arrow can do, or the bow can do, but the bow does it faster.
Yeah.
So no one uses a crossbow.
Hey, they're cool for minigames. Specifically my minigame. From season 3. Those firework rockets are very cool in crossbows, but yeah, for normal everyday PvP, probably not worth it.
Mm-hmm.
But for special events and special games and stuff, they're quite cool. But yeah, for an everyday carry, it's the bow all the way.
Yeah, and I'm sure there's some people who are very manual. They don't do a lot of automation, so they physically put items in furnaces and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Which is fine. I've learned to do a little bit of that on my own survival world. But if I want a furnace to be faster, I just add more furnaces to my auto furnace.
Yeah.
That's how they become faster.
Yeah. I don't even know if I've had them. I think I had a smoker and a blast furnace in my starter house of season 4, but I never used them.
I've never used a blast furnace. I only craft it to use it as a decoration block.
Yeah.
I'll use it in floors, I'll use it in walls, but I will never use a blast furnace. And the smoker is really just because I'm impatient.
Aren't they villager POIs?
Yeah, that's true.
I think that's why they were added.
Yeah.
So they could be a point of interest for a villager, more than being actually useful.
Probably. Rip the Fletcher block.
Yeah, I was just thinking that. I was going to bring that up. So, Mojang, it's been a few years. What does the Fletcher table actually do?
Yeah.
Nothing.
But I would love furnaces to have alt recipes and stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe, like, inputting items on certain sides will auto-craft it in the smelting process. But we're already getting that now with the auto-crafter.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know. I'm too hopped up on medicine to be thinking hard.
We're going to keep this episode short.
Yeah.
So, JesseW asked a question. So, with the addition of the armadillo, the dog armor is a big new thing that I'm excited for. And I hope that if it is dyeable and if it is also possibly enchantable, will horse armor possibly go through the same thing? Also, trim possibilities? If so, that would be cool. JesseW Dino Fanatic was slain mid-sentence due to the great armadillo.
Axolotl.
Axolotl with a baseball bat on top of a stolen ice cream truck. Reading's hard.
Yes.
I don't think they're going to touch house armor.
No. See, I hate to be cynical.
Mm-hmm.
I really do.
But we know them too well.
Mojang in the last couple updates have shown me, or have not shown me, that they're willing to go further than they've already stated. So the fact that the armadillo is giving you wolf armor, I would take it as that's it. It's not going to be enchanted. It's not going to be dyeable. It's not going to have armor trims. It should, 100%.
Yep.
Horse armor should have armor trims. Horse armor should have netherite upgrades.
Yep.
But they don't. So I very, very much think it's just going to be wolf armor, and that's it. It'll probably add a little bit of a buff to your dog.
Mm-hmm.
And that'll be that.
This is what we were talking about when they announced this mob.
Yes.
And we said, or you specifically, that's all you're getting. People love to take the mob vote and run with it and take it to its best possible outcome. And it never happens like that.
Nope.
It's always the bare minimum. And that's why I wasn't a fan of the armadillo. Because I don't really do pets in Minecraft anyway. And I knew that they were just going to make dog armor. And that was it. I would love to tell you that you're going to get enchantments, you're going to get dyeable, you're going to get all of these things. But I know that's probably the answer you want, but I just don't see it.
Well, let's take out the want. It's the answer that should be getting.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And you know what? It might happen. Mojang might be surprising us, and first thing January, the next update is, hey, this is your wolf armor, and we've updated horse armor, because this is now a combat update, so we're making all these changes better for you.
Mm-hmm. And we might be eating our words.
Gladly. I would love it. I'd be like, yes, finally, let's go. But between the last couple updates, and this is one thing we're going to talk about on the main topic, the last couple updates are very stale, and I'll go into detail more.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I voted Penguin. I didn't care about the Penguin making the boat faster, which I feel that the vote was quote-unquote rigged. Not like, oh, they put hidden votes in it. Mojang always has a way of not explaining to full effect what things will be.
Yeah.
And kind of push for one of the mobs. And you'll tell because they'll describe more in detail what that one mob can do. I noticed it when the allays happened. Like, that kind of really had a push. And it's like, oh. And then when the sniffer happened, I was like, oh. I mean, the sniffer made sense as an archaeology update. So now you have an ancient mob. Oh, they work great together.
Mm-hmm.
Now we have an update with combat. And oh, the armadillo is going to give your wolf armor. Huh, fancy that.
They know which one they want you to vote for, and they try and push you in that direction.
Gently push. I'll say gently.
Gently, yeah.
If another mob wins, I fully suspect that mob won. But
yeah, I'm not saying it's rigged in any way.
Yeah, I'm just using rigged as a quotation word.
Yeah.
I don't think the glow squid was one they wanted to win.
No, I love the glow squid, though.
I do too. People who hate on the glow squid, like, why?
What is wrong with you?
It's cute.
Do you hate glowing signs?
Right? Well, I mean, some people do. It did cause lag for the longest time.
But they're so nice.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah. I hate being disappointed and cynical and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't think it's coming. But secretly, I'm really hoping it does.
Yeah, it'd be great if it did.
Uh-huh. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Just taper your expectations, I'd say.
Yeah.
So you're not too disappointed. If you expect the least and you get more, then you'll be happier.
Yes.
Put it that way.
That's such a bad way to look at the world. I hate it.
True, though.
I know. That's advice from two old people.
Yeah.
That's what that is.
Thank you guys for those comments. Before we move on to Create a Clash, here's Jimbo with a reminder of how you can get a discount on your own Minecraft server from Bisect Hosting.
You can get a discount on your own Minecraft server through our partnership with Bisect Hosting, offering our community 25% off any game server for their first month. This is for new clients only. Visit bisecthosting.com/TWE and use the code TWE at checkout to receive the discount.
It's time for Create a Clash. This time your choices were the visual block collisions, Cubans flowers, maybe? Or piglins in balloons, in brackets, gassed. Retexture, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And the winner of Create a Clash is... Piglins in balloons.
Yay. I was just thinking, we should really re-notarize things. Like, I should put notes that suggest what each one are. I know we do it in the Discord when people are voting.
Mm-hmm.
They go through them and they can see what everything is. But people who don't go to our Discord or anything like that have no clue what we're talking about in this segment.
Yeah, that's very true.
I always try to do like a useful resource or data pack, a pretty resource or data pack, and then a just for fun resource or data pack on all my choices. A lot of the times you guys choose the pretty. This is one where you chose the fun one, which is cool. But the visual block collisions, it just basically allows you to see the hitbox better.
Yeah.
You don't have to do the F3 screen, which I thought was very useful, especially if you're doing redstone and water, just water currents or whatever to move items. So I thought that could be very useful for some farms. The flowers is what I kind of thought might win because it does a 3D texture for your flowers and it really made everything pop. Like I went ahead and put it on my single player world where I live in a flower biome and stark difference. But I kind of secretly wanted piglins and balloons to win. So what it does is it retextures a ghast to put a piglin in a hot air balloon and fire cannons at you, which I thought themed the nether perfectly because the ghast was always like a weird mob to me. I'm excited to put that texture pack in and see what happens. I think it's an Optifine texture pack. I've come to grips with any of the texture pack, resource pack, any of the cool resource packs I find is just going to be Optifine.
Yeah.
Super excited for that.
You still use the vanilla launcher, don't you?
Yep.
So I use one called Prism, and it's really good because you can like set up profiles with like texture packs, mods, and resource packs all built into it. So if you wanted to do like an Optifine one for Creator Clash, you could just set that up once and then run it every time.
Yeah, I need to look into that.
Yeah, it's really good. I've been using it for about 3 months or so now.
I had tried multi-MC at one point.
Uh-huh.
That seemed to be the big one everyone was using. It crashed my computer every time.
Wow.
I spent hours trying to figure it out. I had people on Discord calls trying to help me figure it out. It just never worked, so I stopped trying. But yeah, it might be worth looking into that.
Yeah.
Last episode, you guys chose banner bed sheets. Extremely simple. It is what it is. I did a stream replay of that.
It was like 8 minutes or something?
Yeah, when you cut the intro out, I think the intro was longer than the actual...
It was.
That actually took me a while to get set up. It was very specific. It only worked on a certain version. I think it was like only 120. If you had 120.01 or whatever, it didn't work.
Interesting.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure I mentioned it on the stream replay. But yeah, I mean, it just stretched the model of a banner to fit over top of a bed.
Mm-hmm.
It did exactly what it said. It was cool. Nothing crazy, nothing special.
There's not a lot to say. It does what it says.
There really wasn't, but that was the pretty pick. So there we go.
So you're going to have fun with piglins this time.
That means I have to go to the nether. Fun.
Then you'll spend about 20 minutes trying to get a gas to spawn.
Oh, not my single player nether.
Is it pretty instant?
The portal's in the nether wastes.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So not a lot spawns there, but gas.
That should be a fun stream, guys. So make sure you're following Duds on X, called Twitter, guys.
Oh, yeah. I was like, what the heck is X?
What the heck is X? So make sure you follow Duds on our Withering Effect account as well, and we'll let you guys know when Duds is live doing that one once he's feeling better. And we'll have the stream replay up as well on YouTube.
Yeah, I've been off like all week from work, and like I had put in this time months ago. My plan this week was to stream every day and record episodes. I was going to put 2 episodes out this week. None of that happened. This is the most I've talked all week.
Yep. We hope you get well soon. I think having a decade's worth of illness in 1 week is probably not the best, but...
Oh, yeah. It's weird because like I'm muting my mic so I know you guys can't hear, but if you could hear some of the noises I'm making, oh.
They're listening to a beautiful edited version anyway.
Before we started recording, Carl said, at least I don't have to edit you. And I said, why is that? He goes, well, I can't make you sound better anyways.
Then I end up doing far too much editing. I'm like, this doesn't need editing. I'm like, that's a big silence right there.
Yeah. Yeah, so for the main topic, I just had some like random thoughts real quick.
Mm-hmm.
One of them was the war on Infinity and Mending.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah. I will state, I'm an Infinity user.
And I'm a Mending user.
Correct.
Is it the I'm a Mac, I'm a PC adverts all over again?
Pretty much. So my argument has always been, if you look at my single player world, which was created before the Nether update, I am still using my original bow, and it does get used every time I play it because I'm constantly shooting cats from my iron farm. Oh yeah.
Murderer.
Yeah, I don't like that feature, but...
It is a weird feature. Like, why?
Well, I get it. It's so you could have ocelots in the game or whatever. It's not a bad one. When I built my iron farm, that wasn't a feature, so I didn't think about the fact that cats would constantly be spawning in my builds. And it's not just like 1 or 2, and I could capture it so they stop spawning. I'm talking I get like 4 or 5 of them now. It's kind of annoying. Anyways, so I have never repaired this bow. So for years, I've been using the same bow. That's why I'm like, I don't need mending on this bow. But I'm a bad shot, so I need Infinity. But to take that whole idea out of it, what if, like, you could take... So we already have the chest plate, which becomes slightly irrelevant when you get wings. Mostly everyone, once they get an elytra, put the elytra on, don't use the chest plate much. I have been seeing lately that a lot of people switch back and forth depending on the situation. And I thought, what if the situation allowed you to have a quiver that will act like Infinity? So you get a quiver, you enchant it, that's your Infinity. You don't have to have it on the bow, but you have to equip it over the chest plate and elytra to use your bow with it. So you're taking a bit of a nerf, but it's a ranged weapon nerf. Like, you're not doing close combat, so it might be worth not having a chest plate or wings to quickly get away to do this combat, and you could still have mending on your bow. It's obviously not like, oh, great idea, duds, but it was just a random idea I had, like, hey, someone might be able to run with that and figure it out. I've been on a lot of medication, Carl.
Oh, great idea. That's a new thing.
Get off my back, Carl.
If we had a soundboard, that would be on it.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, I think that's a cool idea. I use spectral arrows because they're cool.
Yeah, spectral arrows are amazing.
That's why I like mending.
Yeah, that one season you had a ton of them. I was using them even though I had Infinity.
Yeah, because I had season 3
Mm-hmm.
of Ripple Effect. I had a bartering farm built into my Nether tunnel coming from my base, which is a really cool system because I had all mine carts and stuff and like storage and into shulker boxes and gold drop off systems, so I could put gold in a barrel and it would distribute it evenly to all of my piglins. So it's a really cool system. I really enjoyed doing that.
Yeah, I think I traded you totems because I had the raid farm that season.
Yeah.
So I traded you totem for spectral arrows.
Yeah, I love those spectral arrows and I love bartering farms. I think they're really cool. Again, I come back to the Nether update all the time. It was such a good update.
It was the best update.
There was so much cool stuff.
As much as I love the bugs and the bees update or whatever for technologically, there we go, what it did for Minecraft. The people who know, Minecraft we complained about how laggy it is now. It was bad back then. And that update really did clean up a lot of it.
Yep, it did.
That always ranks as one of my big updates just from, because at the time I had a really low end computer. So to see how much performance boost it gave my computer, I will never discredit that update. But the Nether update, that has to be the best for content we've had.
Definitely. You know, the bugs and the bees also added Jimbo's nemesis, so.
Oh, yeah.
We're all happy about that.
Except for Jimbo.
Well, you know.
To get a little bit on the Debbie Downer train, talking about updates, part of me noticed a lot of similarities between last update and this update. Now, there are differences, and there are exceptions to rules, so I will always say stuff like that. But I noticed last update had 2 decorative block sets with bamboo wood and cherry wood. This update has 2 decorative block sets in the copper blocks and tough blocks. Last update had a redstone block with the calibrated skulk sensor. This update has a redstone block with the auto crafter. Last update had a redstone decorative block in the chiseled bookshelf. This update has a decorative redstone block in the copper bolt. Last update got a new mob in the camel. This update got a new mob in the breeze. Last update got a structure added, the trail ruins. This update got a new structure added in the trial chambers.
So what you're saying is we've exposed Minecraft update formula.
Yeah. Now, that being said, we've seen everything in live. I think we're going to get more, obviously. What does that stupid key unlock?
The portal in the deep dark.
No, I highly doubt that.
If Jimbo was here, that's what he'd be saying.
That's exactly what he'd be saying.
And I'm on board with it.
He's probably yelling it from his couch right now. But I want to say, think back to last update. The only thing not shown at live that we got afterwards was the trail ruins, right?
Yes, which is basically archaeology.
Yeah. So anything we get from now, I don't think is going to be big. I don't see it being super advanced. And again, I can be wrong. Don't take my word as concrete law.
and he is sometimes.
I am very wrong a lot of the times. But these 2 updates I just wanted to point out, had very similar structures. And I'm wondering if this is not the new formula for updates.
Wow.
That's it. I'm not saying it's a bad thing.
I mean, I am.
I'm not saying it's a good thing.
I'm saying it's a bad thing.
Right. I mean, you really look at the last 2 updates, they didn't really have good theming.
No.
And this one doesn't look like it's having a good theme either.
We don't have a name again, do we?
We do not have a name yet. So I'm wondering if they're not doing their updates by themes, they're doing their updates by formula, and that's the formula. Again, could be wrong.
I'm not against them picking different bits of the game and adding to them.
I'm not either. It works.
It works. However, I'm the kind of person that likes a big change to a certain part.
Yes.
Like the Nether update.
Right. We're not explorers. And it seems like ever since Cave and Cliffs, every update revolves around exploring. They want you to get out and they want you to go look and find and stuff. I don't want to do that. I want to be at home and I want to build with cool stuff.
Yep. I want to go live in the end, so.
You in the end. The one dimension nobody wants to live in.
Look, I want to build a base at the end, and I don't want to do it the year before an end update. Because I will be sad.
You don't want what happens to me happen to you.
Exactly.
There was like 5 updates in a row where I would build a base, and then the next update would have made my base look really cool.
Yeah, basically, yeah. That's what I don't want.
Jeez.
So I'm going to have to go live in the Nether or something for a bit, because they're not going to change that for years, are they? So
No.
I'm pretty good on that one.
Well, and they shouldn't. The Nether update was brilliant. I loved it.
Yeah, it doesn't need any more. I don't want to use the word perfect, but I'm going to use the word perfect.
I don't think it's perfect. I think it's too deadly in some spots. That crimson biome, it's out to kill you.
It is the Nether. I mean, that's the point.
That is true. But when Nether Waste is like the only calm spot in the entire dimension, whew.
I ran through a load of piglins the other day without anything on, and they couldn't shoot me.
Well, it's because they're using crossbows. We've already discussed crossbows.
Yeah, I was too fast for their crossbows, so, as long as you keep moving in the Nether, you're fine. When you stop, that's a problem.
Well, it's when you have to eat because you ran out of sprint.
Yeah. But I think you've hit the formula there. We'll have to put a 122 column on this and see what happens.
I'm very curious what's going to happen in June with live.
Mm-hmm.
That seems to be the other formula, is the updates keep happening in June. It happened in June this year, didn't it?
No.
When did it happen this year? Was it September? Oh no, that's when they release the updates.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like October.
Mm-hmm. October was live.
No, it's the meds, I swear.
It's cool. That's the formula. So are we going to leave it there so you can get some rest and get yourself well?
Yeah, let's knock out this post show. The patrons who are going to find us there. Yeah, before I have Carl reach out, I want to say a huge thank you to all of our patrons who are supporting the show. Our milk level patrons are Aerington, Aubni, FragileRock, J-Man, Loki, and the Meme Bug. If you too would like to get access to extra content,
and exclusive benefits, including our brand new Minecraft server powered by Bisect Hosting, consider joining at patreon.com/The Withering Effect. And if you like this episode, you can share it with all your friends and on social media. If you listen on Spotify, rate and follow us so you never miss a future episode. Or if you listen on Apple Podcasts, leave us a nice review. Doing any of these helps the show reach more listeners. If you'd like to get in contact with us, send an email to podcast@thewitheringeffect.com. Tweet us, leave a voice message, or join our Discord, where you can have a chat with everyone who works on the show and fellow listeners. All the links are in the show notes.
This show has been brought to you by our digital producer Carl and myself. The amazing music you hear throughout the show was created by the one and only Decoy. Everyone's social media info can be found in the show notes. You guys have been awesome. Thank you so much for getting withered with us. You should probably go drink your milk now. Bye.
See you guys.